And I would also like to pay tribute on behalf of my constituents of South Northamptonshire to the extraordinarily long life filled with service of His Royal Highness, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. When I was Leader of the Commons and Lord President of the Council between 2017 and 2019, I did have the privilege of meeting regularly with Her Majesty the Queen and on a number of occasions with Prince Philip. And I think, isn't it wonderful, colleagues, that everybody in this place today seems to have their own stories of their own meetings with members of the royal family. How wonderful it is that they've reached out to all of us over such a long period of time. In particular, I recall a lunch at Windsor Castle where I had the pleasure of sitting next to His Royal Highness, and the noble Baroness, the Leader of the Lords, and I were chatting with him at length about his role in the restoration of Windsor Castle following its 1992 fire, a role for which he was awarded the Europa Nostra Medal for his commitment to making the past reflect the importance of the future. The noble Baroness and I shared our ambition to see the restoration and renewal of the Houses of Parliament, and in the peppery way for which Prince Philip is rather world famous, he was in absolutely no doubt about both the need to, shall we say, get on with it, and also his slight dubiousness about whether members of this House and of the other House might ever settle themselves down and find a way forward. So, colleagues, take note, please. But I also had a more personal encounter, which to this day is an extraordinary family memory for me, for Ben and our sons, Fred and Harry, when we were invited to a garden party at Buckingham Palace. The Queen's private secretary was kind enough to introduce my family to the Queen and Prince Philip. Fred, my eldest son, to his great delight, had been presented his Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award by Prince Philip at his last ceremony before stepping down from public duties. Fred mentioned this with pride, whereupon Prince Philip turned to Harry and said, "What about you, young man?" Harry told him that he too had completed all stages of his Gold DV Award, but I'm afraid, Madam Deputy Speaker, I was unable to resist throwing in that he had not completed the paperwork and so wouldn't be getting his award any time soon, whereupon Prince Philip looked at Harry fiercely from under his eyebrows and said, "Well, you'd better get on with it, young man." Harry told me afterwards that of all the many terrible things I have ever done to him as his mother, probably the worst thing of all was telling tales about him in the presence of Prince Philip and Her Majesty the Queen. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, it was an incredible honour to hold the office of Lord President of the Council because it provided a bird's-eye view of Her Majesty the Queen's and Prince Philip's extraordinary commitment to duty. And I would like to finish by paying humble tribute to their extraordinary achievements together, and also to send the Queen the very deepest condolences on her very sad loss. Thank you.